So yesterday, why James didn't make it home for dinner is he was doing research and he found out a few things. One of the things was about bunny. Chocolate is toxic to bunnies, just like it is to dogs. So he thinks it was just the chocolate itself that killed Bunny, and that the white stuff on the chocolate probably, who knows what that was, but he thinks it was a chocolate. Which I did not feed Bunny. Somebody put chocolate in my Bunny's outdoor cage. Not James, not me. Somebody who never should have been back
in
there,
the yard.
By there.
Could have been intentional.
Well, I think it was.
Well,
and
I think there was a huge amount of chocolate there.
So much chocolate.
That was left.
And yeah, and that was a little piece broke off of that too. So there's probably a third more than what I showed you. But I have to pick it up out of there.
I think a whole bar.
I don't know. It was a lot. Anyway.
And it was a big bar, so.
Well, it wasn't like a bar. I don't know what it was for.
Okay. Anyway.
No chocolate bar I recognize. Anyway, but now I will tell you what I think happened, and you may not agree with me, and you may think, you're just thinking things because you've been reading too much on the subject. Nope. I'm thinking that because I've been reading a whole lot on the subject. But if you think about it, now the power of the full moon not only works on the full moon, it works 3 days before and 3 days after the full moon. And if you're believing in that sort of thing, and a lot of people do, a lot of people harvest their plants according to the moon stages and stuff like that if they want to use them for medicinal purposes. So this isn't just some flaky witchcraft belief or something. There's a lot of people who believe in this for medicinal reasons that they'll... Anyway, so, but granted, I have been reading up a lot on the subject. And if you notice when Bunny died, it was the third day, like just after the full moon of Ostara, which is the celebration of fertility. So that Sabbath is for that. And the symbols of fertility that are used for the celebration are eggs, bun. So, and in the cage, I found chocolate with some white substance on it, which may or may not have been anything else, because it probably enough would have been with the chocolate, as James says. And the guy at the animal shelter said they might have thought that they were feeding him a treat, you know, and that's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. And but they had no business feeding my bun a treat or otherwise.
No business being in the yard.
And anyway, but remember what else I found in the cage with Bun. I found a cigarette butt. And it did not have, the interesting thing about the cigarette butt is somebody had taken the tobacco out of the end of the cigarette. So there was just the filter and the paper at the end of the butt, and there was some tobacco missing. And if you remember me reading up about the subject, and I told you all about it, tobacco is one of the things used in Native American spells. It's for if you want to enhance the male part of the... So I think somebody was trying to enhance their male fertility or for some reason. So it could have been, it may not have been for their own reproductive needs. It could have been that, say, they were growing a huge pot plant or a big pot grow operation or something, and they wanted that to be fertile. It could be something like that. So now it is possible that I am wrong about this, and that the timing of the Ostara festival and Sabbath and maybe the cigarette thing was just a red herring. That's possible too. It's possible. But in any case, don't feed chocolate to your rabbit. Poisonous. Definitely don't feed it to someone else's rabbit.
Don't feed it to our rabbit.
Never. Nope. In fact, if I find people back in that back corner of the yard anytime soon, I probably won't be pleasant.
My patience is running very thin.
Now, I got this yogurt today for Parrot, so she's going to be thrilled. That was given to me. I'm very thankful for that. And we're eating raspberries. I don't know if you can see James's cup there. Mine's the same. It's raspberries, blueberries, and mango on the bottom.
That's a fancy cup.
It is fancy, isn't it? And I bought this for 10 cents at the MCC because they, when their dishes don't sell, then they put them on for 10 cents a piece. So the plate that James is eating off of, 10 cents. This thing was 10 cents. Pretty much all of my dishes actually were 10 cents because that's what I do. I them from the MCC. So we'll talk about these two things, DVD series, and this is the best thing that Jim Carrey's ever done. As far as I'm concerned, this was brilliant. Absolutely excellent. Both of these series were excellent. Very, very different series. This one here, Succession, James watched more of it than I did. I fell asleep. But, wow, you don't like any of the people. They're all troubled in some serious way.
It's like visiting the back alley on Wall Street.
Wow. And interestingly enough, actually, even though neither one of these are comedies, this is, Will Ferrell was one of the people who put this project together. So, which is incredible, because why would he be involved with something like this? It was not comedy. But, and Ferris Bueller's best friend, I swear, he's the guy, one of the brothers in this. So, there's a lot of great actors in both of these. And everything about these two series, they're both excellent. They've just done an amazing job on both of these. They're worth everyone's time. Like, I don't know if you want to talk about this at all. It's kind of, I guess, a drama about people with a lot of money. And you were mentioning one part about the woman in the hospital who she wanted money from, she wanted something from a vending machine, but she didn't carry cash on her. And there's this young cousin who's obviously, like, he's a pothead. He's not, you know, he's not a great person, but he's outside of the unit, right? He's been parachuted in, really, by his mother in to try to have some sort of a living working with these guys, right? And so he doesn't have any money, but he has $20 left to his name in his pocket, and they're at the hospital, and the one daughter of this wealthy guy, she wants something from the vending machine, but she doesn't carry money on her because this is not, I guess this isn't how they live, you know, they don't carry cash.
That's the way the Beatles were. Rich, well, when they got to be rich. You just don't carry money around. And you bum it off of people. And you don't understand how much money is worth, really, to a poor person. So she bums the cash off him. He gets the stuff out of the machine. Guy doesn't know what to say to her, obviously. You only see, like, half an hour later, in real time. He says, "Do I have the change back?" She didn't even bother to give him the change. And it shows how money doesn't mean anything to them. It's the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, not to the family, but the people who marry in.
Well,
like the one, now what was his name? The guy who's married to her, or not,
Tom.
Engaged to her.
Engaged, Tom.
Like later on, he's trying to show the young guy how to live it up, you know, and the young guy's like, well, why aren't there any prices on this menu for the wine and stuff? And the guy's like, because it's ridiculously expensive and we don't care. You know, it doesn't even matter. And so the guy keeps asking him, well, how much is this and that and whatever, wherever they go. And he's like, they're ripping us off. You don't get it. They're ripping us off, but we don't care. He like... Anyway. And, yeah, it's a culture shock, really, watching that. And especially if you're somebody like us that we're basically eating out of dumpsters. I mean, like, we're getting garbage food given to us, which is great. I love it. And I'm so thankful. But, I mean, it's a different world, right?
But my feeling is this patriarch figure, the old guy, it wouldn't be that way. He just goes along with them, but he would have made every penny count. When you don't, that's why dynasties like this don't last. You don't know the meaning for money. Money, you cannot save it.
No, you can't.
You can't use it.
And like at the same time, as much as I say, like we're eating like this, we are eating better now